Will the audience please remain standing for the invocation to be offered by the Reverend Dale Custer. Reverend Custer is the rector at St. John's Episcopal Church in Chester, Virginia. He's also the proud father of Catherine Gilly, who is in the graduating class this morning. Then please remain standing for our national anthem to be sung by the members of a cappella.
Let us pray. God of many names, completely grasped by no one tribe or tradition, we thank you for this day. Today is a graduation, a passage, a milestone. This day we celebrate the accomplishments of Washington College's class of 2014. They have met the challenge. They have held fast to the commitments of their studies. We thank you for their focus and direction, their determination and endurance. With profound gratitude, we acknowledge the wisdom and contributions of those who have shepherded them along the way. As they transition from the relative comfort of university life into the world, gift them with the strength and astuteness, patience and good intention. Grace them with confidence without arrogance, determination softened with good humor, that they may be part of making this world a better place for all people. And now, may you be pleased with what is done here this morning. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets, rebels bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And thank you, members of a cappella. Good morning. Welcome, family and friends, faculty and staff, honored guests, and especially our graduating seniors, to another beautiful morning in Chestertown. Now, graduates, this morning is mostly about celebrating you and your accomplishments. But before we do that, we need to acknowledge some very special people who have been instrumental in your success. Graduates, please join me in thanking the parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings, aunts, uncles, and other relatives and close friends who have supported you financially, emotionally, and in every way possible during the last few years. And now let's recognize the men and women who have guided you through your academic studies, from your first-year GRW course to your senior capstone experience. Please join me in a round of applause for our superb faculty and for all the ways they have mentored you, challenged you, encouraged you, and inspired you. Graduates of the class of 2014, because of you, This is my most meaningful Washington College commencement yet. I arrived on campus just 6 weeks before you did, in July of 2010. You were the first class I've been privileged to follow for all 4 of your undergraduate years. I helped many of you move into your dorms on opening day. I was told I got some street cred that morning by wearing my Bonnaroo t-shirt instead of my usual suit and tie. And then I had to watch all of you wearing t-shirts emblazoned with my face during your orientation. Remember this? I promise you that was not my idea. Do you remember back that far what it like to be the new person, experiencing so much new freedom along with so much new responsibility, maybe trying a little too hard to impress people, and full of questions? Will I fit in and make friends in this new community? Will the professors like me? And am I really prepared? And does the First Lady really expect me to memorize the alma mater? Yes, these were the kind of questions we asked ourselves, because 4 years ago, when you were new at being college students, I was new at being a college president. We've all grown more confident together, learning from our experiences and celebrating our successes. We've grown to love this place and to value the people and traditions that are its heart and soul. We've all weathered a lot together, literally. Hurricanes Sandy and Irene, the longest winter ever, even Chestertown's first earthquake. We partied at birthday balls that evoked Alice in Wonderland, The Great Gatsby, The Wizard of Oz, and Harry Potter. You set some records even before you arrived. You were the largest and most diverse incoming class in our history, and you were pretty smart, too, with SAT and ACT scores higher than any class in the previous decade. You leave us as one of our most accomplished classes as well. You've staged powerful performances on the Decker stage. Arcadia, Clybourne Park, and King Lear come to mind. You've made amazing music, including a thrilling Carmina Burana by a newly formed Washington College chorus and an invigorated orchestra. You produced 3 Fulbright Scholarship winners. You performed graduate-level research in the sciences and professional-level work in the GIS lab. You heard from some of the country's finest writers, Colin McCann, Juno Diaz, Natasha Trethewey, Neil Gabler, Walter Isaacson, and many others. You heard from men who've made history, former Marine Corps General James Mattis, former Pakistani President Pervez Musharraf, investigative reporter Seymour Hersh, Nobel Prize-winning chemist Mario Molina, former FBI Director Louis Freeh, and political strategist David. You've thought deeply about tough issues, such as human trafficking, sexual assault, climate change, terrorism, and the failures in our food system. When tragedy struck this past fall with the death of a member of the junior class, your leadership as RAs and peer mentors, role models and friends, helped the entire campus to heal. I was so proud of the way the community pulled together to mourn and support each other. During your 4 years here, you have made our new Hillel House a home, welcomed Gus the Goose as our mascot, and given up trays in the dining room. You suffered through the short-term construction plans for the long-term pleasures of a thoroughly renovated Miller Library, an expanded Johnson Fitness Center, a bright new admissions visitor center, and a whole new design for our website. You've left a remarkable record of community service, from Relay to Life and Habitat to Best Buddies and food drives for the food bank. You've walked together through the streets, many of you men in red high heels, to raise awareness for domestic violence. You watched our lacrosse team defeat Salisbury in the 2013 War on the Shore. And you tried to storm the field in celebration, only to be deterred by a very large German Shepherd in the canine unit. You turned 21 and were finally able to attend happy hour at the Imperial and Team Tuesdays at the Bluebird, even if Tricia had to check your IDs twice. You were the last class to experience real iHouse parties, although I must confess to not being real sure what those entailed. Did the I stand for inquiry? Probably not. And just think, the last time your class was all assembled on this great lawn was for fair play during your freshman orientation. Surely the most awkward icebreaker ever invented. In sports, you've hit so many high notes, breaking swimming records, starring in basketball movies, and competing for championships. This past year, our head trainer, Thad Moore, was selected as the NCAA Division III Athletic Trainer of the Year. In lacrosse, both head coaches, Jeff Shirk and Heidi Yetman, were named Centennial Coaches of the Year. And the men's lacrosse team, having won the conference championship for the first time since 2003, is now headed to the D3 semifinals tomorrow. But wait, there's more. The crew teams each won Mid-Atlantic Rowing Conference titles, and the women are heading to the Division III Championship Regatta later this month. Our sailors are headed to the Co-Ed Championship Regatta in June. And all the time, you have demonstrated good sportsmanship and teamwork and shared sacrifice. These values will serve you well for the rest of your lives. Graduates, as citizen leaders of the 21st century, you'll be called upon to answer many tough questions. What is the proper role of government and the rights and responsibilities of citizenship? How do we renegotiate our relationship with the environment? What is the appropriate balance between privacy and security? What does it mean to be human if 90% of the human body can be replicated? As graduates of Washington College, you know that these tough questions call for an open mind, careful thought, and deep reflection. The world you're inheriting is getting faster and more cluttered with information every day. In 10 years' time, 5 billion people will have smartphones, and many of them will probably be downloading cat videos. How do you escape from all the noise to reflect on what is truly important in your lives? How do you filter the genuine from the simulated? In the midst of all this speed, give yourself permission to take a few seconds before answering a question. And pause to listen to that inner voice that speaks to what is right or wrong, what we call moral courage. This is your compass and your North Star. On this spectacularly beautiful day on Maryland's Eastern Shore, look around you at the faces of your friends and professors. This is your life, unplugged. Don't forget this feeling. You've studied with each other, hung out with each other, competed with each other, and cared for each other. You've argued and debated with each other. You've consoled each other when we've had setbacks. You've celebrated your victories together. You've established a bond down through the ages with our personal founding father, George Washington. You've grown intellectually and in maturity. In other words, you've become a class together, the class of 2014. Now, in keeping with our time-honored tradition, I am pleased to introduce our senior class speaker, Obella Martin Obbo. Obella is a psychology major with a minor in creative writing. He hails from Frederick, Maryland, and is widely known for his distinctive laugh. At Washington College, Obella served as a peer mentor, co-president of Wacapella, a member of the Student Events Board, and a student ambassador for admissions. Please join me in welcoming Obella to represent the class of 2014.
I'd be doing myself an injustice not to at least bring my sunglasses. To President Reiss, the Board of Visitors and Governors, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends, thank you for coming to celebrate this momentous occasion. To the Washington College class of 2014, woo! We did it! I remember my first week here. Everything was new and unfamiliar, From my dorm room in a building that to this day I am not sure how to pronounce, Worcester, to the quad that only has 3 buildings. I had a great peer mentor, a friendly roommate, and at least one friend, but I wasn't sure if I'd really made the transition, a term peer mentors know all too well. I had only been on campus 2 days when my mom called and told me that my brother had asked her when I was coming home. Frankly, I was ready to say now. College wasn't what I had expected, and I felt alone and overwhelmed. But who would have guessed I found sanctuary in Kent House? A lifelong friend of mine lived there, and I thought, if nothing else, we could at least figure this thing out together. What I couldn't have possibly anticipated was that every fear or discomfort I had concerning the transition into college would be demolished in that building, along with the exit signs, the water fountain, and a lobster's chances at life. It was an animal house in there, to be sure, but it was also a community. Everyone I met in Kent was friendly. They welcomed me in with open arms and open doors, and as it would turn out, I would make friends in that building that I would have for the rest of my college career and hopefully for the rest of my life. It didn't stop at Kent either. I quickly felt the same sense of belonging in groups all over campus, from Wackapella to the admissions office. That's the beauty of a small liberal arts school. You do not have to be limited by one singular area of interest. I've seen international studies majors acting in drama productions. I've seen lacrosse players give musical performances, and I'm pretty sure I saw most of the students here at War on the Shore, despite our track record to support our team last year, and it paid off. We won. Washington College is about doing what you love and exploring all of the things that interest you. It is about bonding with people who have all the same passions. It is this sense of community that makes me want to tell everyone how proud I am to be a part of it. I'm a tour guide here at WAC, which means I am constantly getting asked the question, why Washington College? What is it about this little school on the Eastern Shore that makes it all worthwhile? If I had all the time in the world, I couldn't run out of reasons to choose WAC. As it is, I don't have all the time in the world. I have from about George's Head to Martha Washington Square to prove something to these people. So I feed them snippets, stories, and glimpses of lives that they could have here. I tell them that there's a day, usually in April, when all of the magnolias that line the Cater Walk are in bloom. On that day, the sun shines and a gentle breeze sends a cascade of petals onto the bricks while you're on your way to the dining hall or to the Gibson Center for the Arts, and you will, without a doubt, know that you are in exactly the right place. I tell them that I wake up on Sunday mornings and walk to the docks at the boathouse with my friends and sit and have breakfast from Sam's or Evergreen. Other days, I'll go to the dining hall and have the type of delicious omelet that only Miss Robin can make. I tell them I've once walked into Dr. Jim Seaman's office completely broken, holding a failed test in my hand and a notion that I was a failure in my heart. And all of my frustration, all of my self-doubt was met with a smile and a glass bottle of Coca-Cola. He spoke to me some encouraging words about my future, and I spent an hour sitting on the couch learning everything I could about health psychology. I don't think I'm special, or that my experiences here are unique. I think we are special. We assume that the norm is to go to college and become one thing that we're supposed to be. Washington College is an institution where we are gifted with an incredible freedom, this independence to make what we want of our education and of our lives while being helped by people who genuinely care about us. From the first terrifying day of classes until we recess out of this ceremony as graduates of the college at the Chester, we've been tirelessly trying to define ourselves. Let me put you at ease. There is no singular definition for who we've become. We cannot be relegated to just an athlete or just an academic. We're much more. For example, one person can be a psychology major, a creative writing minor, a music minor, a tour guide, a musician, an actor, and a whack-renowned DJ, sort of. We are 300 different people, and we are a million different things. But at the end of the day, we are all Shoreman strong.
Thank you, Obella. Perhaps the best measure of the quality of any educational institution is the character and accomplishments of its graduates. The Alumni Association of Washington College each year recognizes a graduate who, by achievement and service to the community and our country, has attained distinction. This year, the Alumni Board of Washington College has selected Susan Thomas Denton, class of 1969, to receive the Alumni Citation for Excellence in Nonprofit Stewardship. Valerie Shepard of the class of 1986 and chair of the Alumni Board will read the citation.
Susan Thomas Denton, 1969. We often judge people by what they do and where they have directed their talents. But even more important measures of a life well lived, are discovered in the how and the why. How do we treat others, and what passion drives us to serve the greater good? As a fundraising professional, Sue Thomas Denton, class of 1969, devoted her entire career to helping educational organizations thrive because she first experienced the transformative power of education and the timeless bonds of friendship at Washington College. Today's Alumni Citation recipient is the Mary Tyler Moore of Washington College. Warm and genuinely kind, committed to charitable causes, and fiercely loyal to her alma mater. As an undergraduate, Sue was a charismatic personality, a varsity athlete on the field hockey team, and a member of AARP. She also was active in student government, sang in the chorus, and belonged to several clubs and organizations, including President Daniel Gibson's advisory board. Even at a tender age, this campus luminary understood the power of her liberal arts education to prepare students for a lifetime of learning, leadership, and productive endeavor. After earning a degree in English, Sue went to work as a development officer for St. Paul's School in Baltimore, and then as Associate Director of Development for Johns Hopkins University. In 1984, she established Denton & Associates, a firm that managed fundraising and special events for educational, scientific, and public policy organizations, including CASE, one of the world's largest nonprofit educational associations, and the American Association of Community Colleges, representing the largest and fastest growing sector of U.S. higher education. Washington College, too, has benefited greatly from her expertise. As a member of the visiting committee, and then as a member of the Board of Visitors and Governors, Sue actively cultivated and solicited alumni and friends, and generously supported college initiatives that celebrate exemplary educators. She and her husband Larry endowed a scholarship in honor of veteran history professor Charles B. Clark, 34, and paid tribute to the brilliant career of John Toll, a gifted physicist and visionary educational leader, by helping to establish the John S. Toll Chair at the end of his 10-year term as Washington College's president. A member of the 1782 Society and the George Washington Legacy Society, Sue most recently served on the Johnson Fitness Center Renovation Committee, helping to raise more than $2 million in private funds to create a winning venue for scholar athletes. Since returning to Maryland's Eastern Shore, Sue has embraced several other causes that also reflect a life well lived. The Eastern Shore Land Conservancy, the Oxford Community Center, and the Washington Opera. On the occasion of her 45th class reunion, and in recognition of her abundant charitable spirit, Washington College is proud to recognize Susan Thomas Denton, 69, with the Alumni Citation for Excellence in nonprofit stewardship.
Thank you. Thank you, Valerie, and my thanks to the Alumni Council Board. This award truly honors my parents, who provided me with this wonderful Washington College experience, and I'm very grateful. And I'm probably the only award recipient you'll see who was born on Washington's birthday, February 22nd, and who also has the same wedding anniversary as George and Martha. January 6th, if you need to know. But this day is about the graduating seniors and your parents. Congratulations to all of you. And remember to give back to Washington College, our alma mater. It'll be good for you and good for our school and the students who follow you. Again, my thanks.
Thank you, Sue. Your alma mater is very proud of your many accomplishments. It's a tradition at commencement for Washington College to celebrate people of extraordinary merit. It's safe to say that today's honored guest has more experience talking to seniors than any graduation speaker ever in the history of Washington College. We are so honored to have Jo Ann Jenkins with us today. On Tuesday of this week, the board of AARP promoted her to the top leadership position of CEO, a title she will officially assume on September 1st. In announcing her promotion, AARP Board Chair Gail Aldrich described Ms. Jenkins as, quote, an inspirational leader who proactively engages at all levels of the organization and is comfortable operating in the public eye, unquote. She noted that her proven ability to work across party lines, coupled with her broad business experience, will be essential to AARP's success. Ms. Jenkins grew up in Dauphin Island, Alabama, off the shores of Mobile, with parents who instilled strong moral values and an appreciation for the small, close community of family and friends who surrounded them. These values and virtues served her well, from her earliest days in Washington working for the Department of Housing and Urban Development, through jobs at the Departments of Transportation and Agriculture, and during 15 highly successful years and transformative years at the Library of Congress. During this time, Jo Ann has risen steadily in rank and responsibilities, earning a reputation as an inspiring, innovative, and effective team leader. At AARP since 2010, she has focused her strategic thinking and team-building talents on the needs of low-income seniors and their families, raising funds and researching remedies to the hidden problems of poverty, hunger, homelessness, and isolation. And now, as she prepares to assume the top leadership post, we look forward to seeing the many ways she will move full speed ahead to realize AARP's real possibilities. It is my privilege to introduce Larry Culp, the CEO of Danaher Corporation and Vice Chair of the Board of Visitors and Governors, to deliver greetings from the board. He will also read the mandamus for the honorary degree.
Thank you, Mitchell. It's a pleasure to be here to represent the board and share such a special day. Sue, our heartfelt congratulations on a very well-deserved award. And Obella, our Kent House experience, despite 30 years of difference, sounds very similar. It's good to know some things may not change. Graduates, 29 years ago, I was sitting where you are today. As I was driving up this morning, I reflected on the fond memories and the friendships that I developed in my 4 years at Washington College. I can assure you, with a bit of hindsight, that the experiences and the friendships that you've had here will last a lifetime. every time I come up 213, cross into Chestertown and come up Washington Avenue, it's really those friends and those memories that come foremost to mind. Our Board of Visitors and Governors works closely with the administration to ensure that the college continues to have the resources and vision to create this culture where personal, truly collaborative learning is the rule and not the exception. And where, in addition to our academic classwork, there are lessons in civic engagement, empathy, and ethical courage. Many people today want to frame decisions about college as an investment decision, relative only to a career. And to a point, they're right. But the decision to come to a place like Washington College is also about being prepared to lead a good and meaningful life. I can assure you, you chose wisely. Which leads me back to the life we celebrate today by honoring Jo Ann Jenkins. Now for the mandamus. It having been certified by the faculty to the visitors and governors of Washington College that Jo Ann Jenkins is of acknowledged eminence and distinction, has made worthwhile and noteworthy contributions to our society, and is therefore worthy to receive the highest honor, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement on May 17, 2014, to Jo Ann Jenkins, honoris causa, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, Larry. Ms. Jenkins, will you please join me at the lectern? It takes a strong leader to speak for more than 37 million older Americans. It takes a compassionate one to care about the suffering of the nearly 6 million citizens over 60 who spend their days hungry and isolated and who can't warm their homes in the winter. Jo Ann Jenkins, CEO-elect of AARP, has strength and compassion in ample supply, and she pairs it with innovation and organizational strategy to make real and lasting impacts on our society. Ms. Jenkins has energized AARP with a renewed sense of mission to create a country free of poverty where no older person feels vulnerable, and has greatly expanded its capacity for bettering the lives of older adults. Jo Ann, we know that our 50-plus citizens are in good hands with your leadership at AARP. In recognition of a rich legacy of service, with impacts that will continue to benefit the American public for decades to come, and for embodying the principles of moral courage and leadership by personal example, Washington College is honored to bestow on Jo Ann Jenkins the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. It is now my great privilege to invite our most recent alumna to address the graduates.
Thank you, President Reiss, members of the board, all of you family and friends who are here with us to celebrate this beautiful graduation day. I am deeply honored to be here with you, not only for the graduates, but for the parents as well, for I too know your joy. Just last Sunday, my own daughter graduated from Duke University, and we were all so very proud as she walked across the stage, and my husband and I thought, we're going to have a lot more money. Nevertheless, I can't help but see one of the ironic things of the seniors inviting me here today Me, the Chief Operating Officer at an organization dedicated to helping people who are 50 and older live their best lives, speaking to a class of graduates who are just beginning on their journey. But it's really not ironic at all, because if there's one thing we've learned at AARP over the years, it's that if you want to have a good life when you're older, you have to begin when you're younger. We all are products of the choices that we make along life's journey. There are a lot of different views on what one should say at a commencement celebration such as this. Former New York Governor Mario Cuomo once observed, "A commencement speaker serves the same purpose as a body at an Irish wake. It's essential that you have one, but you don't expect him to say much." Well, I have a different view of what my role is here today, and it's reflected of what my role is here. It's reflected on the story of the young salesman who had just lost a big sale, which he thought he had all sewn up. He went to talk to his boss about it, and when the boss asked him what actually happened to the young salesman, well, it's like this old cliche. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. At this point, the boss jumped up and shouted at the young salesman, "For heaven's sake, who told you to try to make him drink? Your job was to make him thirsty." That's what I hope to do here today, to really make all of you thirsty. The fact is that most of you are already thirsty. You have a thirst for learning, you have a thirst for achieving, and you certainly have a thirst for serving. Washington College was founded in 1782 to educate students who could help lead a free society and do the hard work of democracy. Today, its mission remains true to that purpose as it challenges and inspires emerging citizen leaders like all of you to discover lives of purpose and of passion. I hope that during your time here you have taken the challenge to heart, that you will continue to carry it on when you leave here. Plato believed that the ultimate aims of education and human happiness and human welfare of society. These goals obviously encompass the vision and the mission of Washington College, and they are certainly very near and dear to all of us at AARP. At AARP, we try to fight for and equip individuals to live their best lives, and we help them to discover the real possibilities that life has before them. And our founder was a woman by the name of Dr. Ethel Percy Andrus, who was a former teacher and the first female principal in the state of California. And she was also a social innovator when she founded AARP after she had retired. And in founding our organization, Dr. Andrus did what I hope to urge you to do today, to step forward in the world with a strong sense of passion and a clear sense of purpose to help lead a free society and to do that hard work of democracy. And with that in mind, I offer 3 wishes to the graduating class of 2014. First, that you live your life with purpose and courage. It's the one quality you need to achieve almost anything in life. President Reiss often talks about moral courage, which is one of the great core values of this institution. One of my favorite definitions of education, and again, I go back to Plato, is that particular learning which leads you throughout your life to hate the things you should hate and really to love the things you should love. That not only defines education, it defines moral courage. To help lead a free society and do the work of democracy requires real moral courage. It is a stirring to see the courage in today's world. Just think of Malala Yousafzai, the Pakistani girl who insisted on going to school even under the death threat of the Taliban. Malala was fortunate enough to escape that scenario. Fortunately, in this country, we do not face some of the same challenges as Malala, but make no mistake, we do need leadership and we do need courage. Courage to speak out and to fight against injustice, courage to change the things that need to be changed, and the courage to defy conventional wisdom and take action to make a difference in our world. And we also need courage to find ways to take you on your life's journey. And I'm talking about really the quiet courage that makes a difference in the routine and everyday life. Courage to go out and apply for that job or to make that suggestion or write a blog you believe in or even say something to that close friend who needs to hear it from you. Courage to listen to the voice inside of you that tells you to do something even when it's not the popular thing to do. The courage to believe in yourself, to move out of your comfort zone and do something different or try something new. The courage to overcome your mistakes and face up to your shortcomings. The courage to not let what you can't do interfere with what you can do. Steve Jobs said the most important thing is to have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. I think that's good advice, to follow your heart, not your fears. My second wish is that you dedicate your life to service. Make helping people and others a permanent part of your life. Maya Angelou said it in a most beautiful way. Try to be the rainbow in somebody's cloud. That's what Dr. Andrews did when she created AARP. She started out by helping one retired teacher who she was looking for and she found living in a chicken coop. She ended up changing history by creating the first group of health insurance plan for older Americans and for fighting for a better life for people as they age. And Dr. Andrews knew that the strength of any organization starts with the individuals who know where they want to go. And she knew where she wanted to go. She knew the power in leadership, and she used her leadership to make a difference in the people's lives and to create a better world. And today, millions of older people have a more secure life today because one retired educator from California believed that older people should buy health insurance and decide what to do about it. Today, our organization represents over 38 million people across this country, helping them to age with dignity. We still live by that motto today, which to serve, not to be served. And service, my friends, service to family, service to community, service to the nation is at the core of everything we do. My third wish is to pour your heart and soul into the true meaning of commencement. Ceremonies like this are often called commencements because they mark the beginning of your next phase of life. Some of you will continue in your education in graduate school. Others will find a job and begin different careers. But regardless of your path you take, you are beginning a journey to discover and start becoming the person you want to be. You have a great college education. You've benefited from the wisdom, the nurturing, and the guidance of your professors and the camaraderie of your fellow students. Now you must decide what to do with it. You must decide how you will use what you have learned. It's time for you to define the person you want to become and to start your journey towards becoming that person. This journey is not so much about what you do. It's more about who you are. It's about how you want to live your life, how you want to contribute to society, what it is you value, and how you want to live out those values. We follow trends in aging and constantly thinking about those trends. So it's with a high degree of certainty I tell you that most of you are going to live a really long time. Longer than any generation that has become before you, and that time is a gift. So I tell you, don't waste it, use it with care. That means you're going to work a really, really long time. Many of you will have different careers throughout your lifetime, not just jobs, but totally different careers. So when you first start out, recognize that you may follow different paths before you find the path that is truly right for you. The important thing is to value each experience, to learn from it, and to seize the opportunity you know, and to make life better. And as you travel this path, remember the old Chinese proverb that failure is not falling down, but it's refusing to get up. Today you're entering a wonderful time of your life, a time of fresh starts and boundless potential. Today we celebrate all that you have achieved so far. Today is a day to take pride in your college degree and everything it took to earn it, all that time in the Miller Library, all those late nights studying, writing, reading, and for some of you, rewriting and reading. Today is a day to be proud of Washington College, this lovely campus on the Chesapeake, and the excellent education you've received here. It has launched you on your lifelong journey, and your time is just beginning. As you begin this journey, I offer you my heartfelt congratulations, and I would like to leave you with one last thought from one of my favorite philosophers, Theodore S. Geisel, better known to most of you as Dr. Seuss, from his prophetic book, Oh, the Places You Will Go. You have the brains in your head, you have feet on your shoes. You can steer yourself in a direction for anywhere you choose. You're on your own, you know what you know, and you are the only one who can decide where to go. Your future is in your hands. Live life with courage, dedicate yourselves to service, and pour your heart and soul into the true meaning of commencement, and discover your own purpose and passion. Go forth from this beautiful campus and show us all what you can do. And perhaps more importantly, stay thirsty, my friends. Thank you very much.
Dr. Jenkins, you honor us by allowing us to honor you. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Culp again to read the mandamus for the degrees for our graduates today.
Thank you. To the President of Washington College, it having been certified by the faculty to the visitors and governors of Washington College that the following named persons have satisfied all requirements for the baccalaureate or master's degree, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the public commencement on May 17, 2014, the degrees which they have earned.
Will the graduates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College in the state of Maryland, I hereby confer upon you the degrees earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, I shall present you with your diploma when you appear before me at the platform. Please be seated. At this time, I call on our Chief Academic Officer, Provost, and Dean Emily Chamley-Wright to introduce the candidates for degrees.
Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be here today. This is my second commencement at Washington College. Last year, I was a bundle of nerves about getting the pronunciation of each graduate's name correct. This year, I find myself choked up instead, as I see students who I have come to know, respect, and adore donning their robes and stepping into the next chapter of their lives. I want to thank you for allowing me to share this day with you. You are not the only ones who are embarking into a new chapter of their lives. I would like to take a moment and ask our retiring emeritus faculty to please stand to be recognized. Associate Professor Judith Himes and Professor James Seaman. We thank you, Judy and Jim, for your many, many years of devoted service to Washington College. It is now my great privilege to recognize the graduating senior with first honors. First honors is conferred to the senior who has achieved the highest cumulative average for the class of 2014 at Washington College. The student will receive a Bachelor of Arts. Jeffrey Dale Sullivan, summa cum laude. The Environmental Studies Award the W. Dennis Berry 87 Leadership Award, the Departmental Honors in Environmental Studies. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please come forward? Emma Haven Spence, summa cum laude, the Environmental Studies Award, the Lambda Alpha Gamma of Maryland Chapter Senior Award, Departmental Honors in Environmental Studies, Departmental Honors in Anthropology. Nicholas Antonio Campisi, summa cum laude, the Art History Award, the Tai Sung An Memorial Prize, the Erica and Henry Salek Prize, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies, Departmental Honors in Art History. Rebecca Ann Hall, summa cum laude, the William Gover Duval 30 Prize, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Kimberly Ann Uslan, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in English. Eileen Nicole Gray, summa cum laude, the Maureen Jacoby Prize, the Emil J.C. Hildenbrand Memorial Medal, Departmental Honors in English. Emily Maureen Hoyle, summa cum laude, the Department of Philosophy and Religion Award, the Political Science Award, the Doris T. Bell 50 Award, Departmental Honors in Philosophy. Karen May Krupsa, summa cum laude. Catherine L. Kreft, magna cum laude, the Psychology Department Outstanding Achievement Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Samantha Elizabeth Gross, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in English, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Carly Ann Ogren, magna cum laude, the Staniel A. Shotland Business Leadership Award, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Allison Marie Spate, magna cum laude, the Environmental Studies Award, Departmental Honors in Environmental Studies. Nicole Lynn Gomez, magna cum laude, the Anthropology Service Award, the Non-Traditional Student Award. Joel Abram Novick, magna cum laude, the Political Science Award, the Alfred Reddish Award, Departmental Honors in Political Science. Katie Elizabeth Despo, magna cum laude, the Psychology Department Capstone Experience Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology, Departmental Honors in French Studies. Anthony A. Cairo III, magna cum laude, the Department of Business Management Award, Departmental Awards in Business Management. Sarah Megan Morrill Sizik, magna cum laude, the Arthur A. Knapp 39 Memorial Prize in History, Departmental Honors in History. Lindsay Louise Robeson, magna cum laude, the Virginia M. Connor 85 Psychology Award, the Karen Cates Emmerich Award, Department Awards in Psychology, Departmental Honors in Psychology, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Meredith Dolores Callis, magna cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Casey Taylor Bauman, magna cum laude, the Margaret Horsley Award, Departmental Honors in Sociology. Rosemarie Helen Mujica, magna cum laude. Kelly Ann Kunch, magna cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Hall, magna cum laude, the Education Department Award. Melissa Nicole Gutkind, magna cum laude, the Sean O'Connor Teaching Award, Departmental Honors in Human Development. Dana Elise Rafi, magna cum laude. The Rachel Scholes Leadership Award, Departmental Honors in Human Development, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Christopher Patrick Moylan, magna cum laude. The Psychology Department Award, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Alicia Marie DeBonis, magna cum laude. Catherine Marie Gilly, magna cum laude. The International Studies Award. Caroline Frances Eisenbrandt, cum laude. The Departmental Honors in Business Management. Casey Clark Frisch, cum laude. Katie Frances Ridgway, cum laude. The Lynette Nielsen Professional Practice Award, Departmental Honors in Studio Art. Amanda Grace Klutzley, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Environmental Studies, Departmental Honors in Anthropology. Caroline Marie Kessler, cum laude. Devin Nicole Neely, cum laude. George Lloyd Martin Gabriel, cum laude. The Holstein Prize for Ethics. Amanda J. Schuckhart, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Psychology. Catherine Braley McSorley, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Psychology. Robert L. Robinson III, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Business Management. Patrick Gregory Kinsella, cum laude. Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Caitlin Delaney Steele, cum laude. Michael Stephen Bullock, cum laude. Departmental Honors in English. Taylor James Connick, cum laude. Departmental Honors in History. Molly Elizabeth McCaslin, cum laude. Sarah Maria De Pasquale, cum laude. The Sociology Service Award, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Joan Elizabeth McDonald, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Rachel Marie Seward, cum laude. Lindsay Nicole Weiser, cum laude. Stephen Thomas Bouchard, cum laude. The Economics Department Award. Alexander Curran Stinton, cum laude. The Sophie Kerr Prize, Departmental Honors in English. Kara Nicole Subasic, cum laude. The Department of Modern Languages Service Award, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Lucas N. DeFabio, cum laude. Brittany Landgraf, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Anthropology, Departmental Honors in History. Matthew Tyler Hall, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Business Management. Brandon Louis Citrano, cum laude. Departmental Honors in Psychology, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Zulika A. Abu. Melissa M. Agnestak. Harris M. Allgeier, the Stewart Drama Award, Departmental Honors in Drama. Annalise Renee Altobelli. Taylor Lynn Andrews. Liam Francis Aquino. Grace Ann Arenas. Richard Clayton Albach. Hillary Shea Badger. Thomas Eli Banghart V. Tara Lacey Barber, the Anthropology Award, Departmental Honors in Anthropology. Gregory John Barnes. Dakota Emmeline Barrow. Caitlin Bay. Robert Billings. Samantha Ray Bitzelberger, Departmental Honors in Drama. Diliane Eastria Bonet. Otto Douglas Borden III. Stacy Nicole Bosley. Joel Daniel Borland, Departmental Honors in Music. Haley Lee Bowden. Amanda Rose Boyer, the Stewart Drama Award. Macaulay Connor Brooks. Jonathan Mark Budenbon. Megan Elizabeth Budge. Hadley Winslow Burnham. Paige Elizabeth Butler in absentia. Benjamin Lanius Cameron. Justin Donald Campbell. Jordan Brooks Cannon. Alex Richard Capobianco. Ashley Caitlin Carol Fingerhut. Christian H. Carrera. Dana Elizabeth Case. Andrea Karen Clark. Michael Gregory Collins. Erin Elizabeth Cooper. Charlotte Angel Costa, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Rebecca Margaret Koza. Kevin Ryan Cunningham. James William Cusick. Mark Zawinski. Chester Francis Suey III. Bethany Morgan Dollar, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Liam Moran Dempsey. Shannon Ashley Deno. Jared John DeParmentier. Michael Deregi Cabeda. John Arthur Derrick Jr., the W. Dennis Berry 87 Leadership Award. Rosalie Ann Devlin. Dana Lynn DeVore. Valeria Conchetta DeLisi, the Penny J. Fall Award. Dominic Michael DiMarino, the Jonathan A. Taylor Jr. Leadership Award. Theodore Francis DeSalvo. Kyle Matthew Dixon. Lauren Michelle Dockrell. Samuel E. Eckerson. Taylor Lee Ecalano. Amanda Lynn Eldrith. Marcus Brian Eng. Julia Irby. Claudette Allen Erickson. Emily Alexandra Everhart. Heidi Marie Faulkner. Silu Feng. Rebecca Elizabeth Fenzel. Michael Hansen Vesta, the Economics Department Award. Thomas Klein Fiala. Rachel Virginia Fisher. Jessica Lee Fitzpatrick. Kellyanne Ford. Peter Fortenbaugh. Avanti Nakia Gabarao, the Sociology Service Award, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Chelsea McCoy Garzion. Lindsay Milnes Guyman. Stephanie Brooke Giles. Carrie Ann Hall. Taylor Sabri Hallman. Kristen Alexandra Hammond. L. Claire Hansen, the Norman James Humanities Award for Excellence, Departmental Honors in Humanities. Stephanie Harriman. Michaela Maureen Hattie. Robert Antone Hawkins, Jr. Devin Michaela Hayward. David Thomas Helmer. Kara Ann Henson, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Elizabeth Ashley Hilton. Gwendolyn Gilder Hintz, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Martiani Charisse Holland. Benjamin Christopher Honeycutt, the Department of Music Award for Professional Promise in Research and Creative Achievement. Connor Patrick Howlett, the Alpha Chi Omega Music Award. Daniel Robert Silva Hudson. Daniel Alexander Simeonovich Isaev. William Andrew Jackson. Rihanna C. Keener. Brennan Patrick Kimball. Shannon Rose Kirby. Sarah Catherine Kist, the German Studies Alumni Award. Rachel Lynn Landale. Ji-Woo Lee. Matthew Douglas Lee. Hillary Lee Leonard. Amanda Megan Levin, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Brian Cars Lewis. Michael Francis Liberto, Jr. Anna Maria Lipson Zavala. Emily Victoria Lovett. Carissa Marie Marcel. Samuel Charles Margolis. Nicholas Joseph Marinelli. Haley Shannon Marsh. Rochelle Anne Marie Martinez. Anthony Mark Martino. Claire Armstrong Maddox. Aaron Brooke McAuliffe in absentia. Catherine Lewis McCarthy. Samuel A. McCauley. Sarah Ann McLean. Megan Elizabeth McCurdy. Casey McKnight. Cassie Lee McLaughlin. Emily Carter McWilliams. Shantanu R. Mehta. Salvatore Nicholas Malillo. Christopher Jacob Menke, the Anthropology Award. Catherine Rawls Miller. Paul J. Miller, Jr. Elizabeth Frances Miskell, Department Honors in Psychology. Kelly Lee Mitchell. Kristen Marie Moore, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Jenna Anderson Moranti. Moribataki Kazuma, in absentia. Kara Elizabeth Murray. Rachel E. Myers. Sung Jung Nam, in absentia. Christopher Michael Nardo. Mary Catherine Na, Departmental Honors in English. Zoe Caroline Newell. Raymond Charles Nicholas III. Brett Alexander Wesley Nicholson. Heather Sue Noto. Kylie Nottingham, the Lynette Nielsen Jurors' Choice Award. Obella Martin Obbo. Oliver James O'Connor. Nicholas Kingston Pache. Nicholas Frank Parrish. Holly Scott Penna. Timothy John Parata. Thomas DeShields Petty. Alicia Tana Phillip. Anthony Michael Pipolo. Andrew Michael Pizzala. Ryan Michael Pollock. William Griffith Poss, Jr. Laura Diane Prengaman, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Rachel Alice Puglia. Jordan Nicole Pyle. Jeremy Eugene Agard Quinton. Omni Rose Carmen Ramos. Ian Trent Remington, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Malcolm Anthony Reynolds. Molly Madeline Rhodes. John Andrew Richter. Betsy Marie Ricketts. Cassandra L. Riley. Kelly Diana Riley, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Kevin Albert Rosato. Hillary Frances Rosenberg, Departmental Honors in English. Rachel Nicole Syed. Michael John Scaldini. Mary Catherine Scarbath. Emily Alec Shearer, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Allison Shainauer. Christopher Matthew Schwartz. Hunter Page Scott, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Phaedra Michelle Scott, Departmental Honors in Drama. Daniel Thomas Seidlick. David J. Shank. Timothy Shearer. Tyler James Shepard. Taylor Brooke Shriver. Sydney Davis Slavin. Ryan Stanley Smuz. Ross Joseph Sorcy. Alexandra Page Sparko. Katrina Renee Stancliffe. Amy Elizabeth Stevens. Christopher Michael Stokes. Kelly Jo Strummel. Amanda Ray Sweet. Megan Lee Sims. The Gary E. Clark Performance Prize, Departmental Honors in Music. Caitlin Marjorie Tabling. The Writers Union Award, Departmental Honors in English. Paul Christian Tatio. Blake Andrew Taylor. Elena Christina Taylor. Catherine Lee Temke. The Outstanding Dance Minor Student Award. Mackenzie Tejan. Jacqueline Nicole Torkelson, the Phi Alpha Theta Award. Katrina Rochelle Trost. Jeffrey William Truitt, the Arthur A. Knapp 39 Memorial Prize in History, Departmental Honors in History. Aaron Alexander Turner. Chelsea Nicole Tyler. Asuka Uchimura. Pamela R. Udoff. Jillian Rebecca Undem. Max Thomas Villa. Peter Wagner. Rebecca A. Walker. Elizabeth Claire Warkala. Brittany A. Weaver, the Daniel L. Primo Award. Zachary Bass Widener. Courtney K. Wicker. Michael James Weeder. Samuel Edward Wild, the Department of Business Management Senior Capstone Experience Award, Departmental Honors in Business Management. Rebecca Sarah Wozniak. Zen Kun Yang in absentia. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please come forward? Jonathan Paul Mahaffey, summa cum laude. James Leo Camato Jr., magna cum laude, the Department of Biology Medical Professional Award. Emily Sahadio, magna cum laude, the Joseph H. McLean 37 Prize. Allison Rose Kirkpatrick, magna cum laude, the Department of Biology Award, Special Recognition. Michael John Giroux, magna cum laude, the James R. Miller 51 Award for Excellence in Chemistry. Anna Rose Shishko, magna cum laude, the Department of Biology Research Award, Department Honors in Biology. Christopher Owen Miller, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Hispanic Studies. Abigail Ann Thomas, cum laude, the Department of Biology Award of Special Recognition, Departmental Honors in Biology. Lauren Kathleen White, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Catherine May Wares, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Environmental Science. Sean W. Scarpiello, cum laude, Departmental Honors in Biology. Emily Catherine Ball. Colleen M. Bancroft. Natasha Noel Berryman. Ashley Nicole Burdett. Caroline Burris. Patrick Steele Cahill. Caroline S. Kerr. Stephen Anthony DiPasquale. Erica Sarah Duenas, Department Honors in Psychology, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Christina Sophia Iliadis. Arvin Louis Ellefson. Shagan Fidei. Eleanor Temperance Nevin Field. Aaron Lee Fitzgerald, Departmental Honors in Psychology. Shanita Monique Ford, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Chelsea Fulton. William Baker Gerwig IV. Caitlin Taylor Glass. Joshua T. Goheen. Courtney Lorraine Gowland. An Huang Trin Huang. Audrey Rita Curley. Victoria Carolyn Kopik. Megan Elizabeth Lesneski. Zhao Bin Lai, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Caitlin Grace McNamara. Kathleen Ann Molesky. Joshua Edward Michael Maratsky. Dean Anthony Marrow. Sarah Elizabeth Martin. Colleen Adelaide McCarran, the Department of Biology Allied Health Professional Award. Margaret Marie McClary, Departmental Honors in Biology. Robert A. Mix. Laura B. Nicely. Amy Marie Nisanger. Hunter Brogan Nowicki. Letitia Ann Pledger. Rachel Francesca Ravel. Corinne Nicole Sager, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Alfred James Walter Schmalfus. Alpheus A. K. Sisse. Heather Teresa Smith. Corinne Nicole Staub, the Department of Biology Research Award, Departmental Honors in Biology. Kimvi Silken Sweetman. Anderson Scott Vaya. Alexandra Morgan Walsh. Kelly Marie Ward. Cody Elizabeth Webb. Courtney Marie Wise, Outstanding Community Service Recognition. Sarah Jane Winters, Departmental Honors in Mathematics. Will the candidates for the degree of Masters of Arts please come forward? Jillian Hancock. Jeffrey Michael Harrington. Lauren Ann Hirsch-Farrow. Kelsey Palmer Johnson. Laureen Meyer. Jennifer Lynn Hubert Taylor. Asa Garnett Tibbs. And Michael Winish in absentia.
Okay, go for it.
I would like to invite all the candidates to rise, please. He Juvenes Candidati Alumni Sunt. You may now put the hoods on each other.
You've all just passed your first test as Washington College alums. Well done. Students, please be seated. Thank you, Emily, and thank you, Rich. I call on Provost Chamley Wright again and Alumni Board Chair Valerie Shepard to award the Alumni Association's Distinguished Teaching Award.
At an institution that is blessed with so many gifted teachers. The recipient of the Alumni Association Distinguished Teaching Award is a really difficult decision. A time-honored and frankly solemn selection process involving students chosen from each discipline and former recipients of the award gathered together to make this choice every year. This year, the award is presented to Professor William Schindler.
Congratulations, Professor Schindler. It is now my privilege to award the highest honor and prizes that are within the Washington College faculty's power to bestow upon the members of the class of 2014. The first awards are given for outstanding scholarship in a particular field of study and recognize personal and academic excellence. The provost will again make the presentations.
The Jane Huston Goodfellow Memorial Prize to a graduating senior majoring in science who has an abiding appreciation of the arts and humanities and has shown scholastic excellence. This year, we have two recipients of this award, Christopher Owen Miller and Kimvie Silken Sweetman. the Gold Pentagon Awards to a senior and to one alumnus, faculty, or friend of the college selected by Omicron Delta Kappa Society in recognition of meritorious service to Washington College. Awarded to the senior, Brittany A. Weaver. And Brittany, I'll ask that you stay here so that you can be joined by this year's Gold Pentagon Award to a faculty member, Professor Kevin Bryan. The Sophie Kerr Prize. I first want to say that I am very proud of our 5 Sophie Kerr Prize finalists. Will you please stand and be recognized? Grace Ann Arenas, Peyton Fortenbaugh, Alexander Curran Stinton, Kimberly Ann Uslin, Courtney K. Wicker. Congratulations to each of you. And now to the senior judged to have the best ability and promise for future fulfillment in the field of literary endeavor. This year's Sophie Kerr Prize winner is Alexander Curran Stinton. The next 5 awards are voted on and conferred by the entire faculty of Washington College. The awards have special significance as the graduates receiving them have made a tremendous impact in our campus life. Their names will be added to plaques in William Smith Hall, permanent reminders of their importance to Washington College. The Lewis L. Goldstein 35 Award to a graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has demonstrated unusual interest, enthusiasm, and potential in the field of public affairs. Hillary Shea Badger. The Eugene B. Casey Medal to a senior woman voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. This year we have 2 recipients, Charlotte Angel Costa and Dana Elise Rafey. The Henry W.C. Catlin 1894 Medal to a senior man voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. Anthony A. Cairo III. the Clark Porter Medal to the student whose character and personal integrity, in the opinion of the faculty, have most clearly enhanced the quality of campus life. Presented by Charles B. Clark, 34, in memory of Harry B. Porter, class of 1905. Emily Elizabeth Hall. The George Washington Medal and Award to the senior who shows the greatest promise of understanding and realizing in life and work the ideals of a liberal education. We are being joined by a very special guest. The winner of the 2014 George Washington Medal and Award, Jeffrey Dale Sullivan.
Well, the last time I looked upon all of your faces, you were drinking champagne. And that was a most enjoyable evening. I hope that you will return many times to my home, Mount Vernon. You know, I have spoken to you in the past. It continues to be an honor to be connected with what I referred to as the Chester College. The eponymous appropriation, I am very touched by it greatly, to have this college named after myself. I also spoke to all of you in the past with regard to conducting your affairs with integrity, with honor, with virtue. I will not go into great detail, but I want to remind you what those three things mean. Of course, honor, that's obvious. You want the things that you do to reflect honor upon yourself and your colleagues and your objectives. Integrity, very simple. Saying what you're going to do and doing it. Virtue is not understood quite as well. And for me, virtue is simply the way you act when no one is looking. Because if you act in a virtuous manner in those instances, your public virtue will be beyond reproach. The one thing I want to share with you all today is a secret. There has been some interest of late with regard to espionage and matters of secret state with connection to our War of American Independence. This has nothing to do with that. It does have to do with your personal, your professional, and if I may dare say, your national behavior. You're going to be forging ahead towards your joint and several occupations, your lives, taking your place as citizens in this nation. I want to remind you first and foremost that I have a strong bias for action. My credo is deeds, not words. Dr. Franklin also said it quite well. He said, "Well done is better than well said." The secret that I want to retain and share with you in the hopes that you will retain it is that you must work to maintain your friendships and the associations that you have made here. Because very little will be accomplished in life without friendships. Very little will be accomplished in life professionally without associations. And very little will be accomplished in life nationally without that there is a spirit of mutual amity and concession. I want to leave you with a short story about the final day of our Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia City. I was the presiding officer. I had dismissed all of the delegates, thanking them for their 100 days of service. I was up on the dais putting together my own papers, and I actually heard. I look down off the dais. Approaching the dais is Dr. Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania. He is in agony. He has the gout. He has kidney stones. There are days when he literally could not walk into the Constitutional Convention. He was carried in on a sedan chair, or worse yet, horizontally on a litter. I step off the dais, I take his elbow, I say, "Dr. Franklin, how may I help you, sir?" He has a crabtree walking stick with a gold crown liberty cap. This is not it, but it was his most prized possession. He did leave it to me. And he starts poking it past me. And he says, "General, throughout these proceedings, I have been looking at your chair." I said, "My chair, doctor?" He said, "Your chair, General, your chair." I said, "Forgive me, doctor, I do not ken to what you're saying." He said, "General, in our day and time when a painter paints a sun on the horizon, or a woodcarver carves a sun on the horizon," and now I knew what he spoke of, for on the shoulder board of the chair that I had been using, carved beautifully was a sun on the horizon. It had been gilded. He said, "When they do that, General, one can never tell if it is a rising sun or if it is a setting sun." And throughout the great rancor of these debates for this Constitutional Convention, large states versus small states, free states versus slave states, wealthy states versus poor states, northward states versus southward states, I saw this union crumbling before it could even take form. But today, and I will tell you, Dr. Franklin had a tear glistening in his eye. He said, "Today, General, we have signed this Constitution, and I have the great happiness to know that it is a rising sun on America and not a setting one." I tell you this because the reason that we were able to work through the difficulties of the Constitutional Convention is because we ultimately approached our business with a sense of amity and mutual concession. The same thing that will guide you well personally, professionally, and nationally. My friends, as long as we set aside in this nation division, as long as we set aside faction, and dare I say political party, we will always succeed. And so will you. And so I cheer your graduation and accomplishment. We will do it in the 18th century manner that we did just the other evening. I will call the cheer. You will respond with a fervent, patriotic huzzah. Are you ready? To your joint and several futures, to your great success, personally, professionally, and nationally, hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! Hip, hip, huzzah! Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. President. A final note that couldn't be more appropriate in light of the remarks we've just heard. This lectern in front of me was made by Mr. Frank Rhodes, who also gifted it to the college. Frank is the proud father of Molly, who is a member of the class of 2014. The lectern was made from an elm tree that stood on this great lawn for many years, and was a direct descendant of the elm under which General Washington stood when he took command of the Continental Army on July 3, 1775, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Graduates, your new relationship with Washington College is just beginning. I encourage you to support your alma mater in every way you can. You are our new best ambassadors, not only for this college, but also for the value of a liberal arts education. Please keep in touch through your membership in the Alumni Association. Tell us of your accomplishments so we can share in them. And come back often to take part in the life of your college. I ask the graduates now to rise and to congratulate each other as we welcome you formally into the ranks of the Washington College alumni. Elizabeth and I invite everyone to join the class of 2014 for a reception at Martha Washington Square immediately following this ceremony. Will the audience please rise and remain standing for the alma mater, followed by the benediction to be given by Reverend Custer, and remain standing until the academic recession has retired.
By the gleaming blue Chester River, on the Maryland eastern shore, stands the glorious alma mater, whose name we will ever adore. 'Tis a name that showed high in glory, when our country her freedom won, and our college alone was the first one to own to the fair name of Washington. So Washington, oh Washington, our Washington we do adore. We will fight for her honor, as her sons and daughters have before. So Washington, oh Washington, our Washington forevermore. She's our dear alma mater on the old eastern shore.
Class of 2014, your undergraduate work is now complete. Still strive toward excellence in all you do. The speeches are concluded. Now raise your voices for justice and peace. May your achievements grow and cause growth for all people. And may you know of the overwhelming blessing, love, and presence of a God of many names.